Hi, my name is Shannon, and I have taken graduate courses online. And within that program, I participated in discussion groups, and it was an original post usually early on in the week, and then 2 to 3 additional posts responding to peers throughout the week. I definitely think that instructor interaction helped promote a really positive group setting in our discussions. One thing that really helped is that the professor would go on and make sure to respond to each person's post and kind of generate questions after they, after initial post, and maybe some leading questions of how we could apply what we had learned. I definitely think it was very positive. Everything was regarding educational setting or how we could apply what we learned in theory. So there wasn't ever any conflict as far as within the group itself. It was all very positive, and I think that the instructor helped create that very positive atmosphere. As far as forming friendships online, I definitely, within the program, we had some opportunities to meet in person. And so definitely those classes that were prior to those in-person meetings, we had an opportunity to kind of talk about who was going to be going to those meetings, and so we started to form friendships and planning on meeting up during those times. And so during the discussion topics, we definitely would get a little off topic and kind of add our own personality to the discussion. Definitely felt free to be myself in discussion, and I think it is a little bit different than when you meet a person face to face, because you are able to kind of have that flow of discussion and comments going. So it's something maybe, it's just your train of thought flowing out in a discussion without interruption. So it was definitely a little bit more free than when you meet someone initially, like face to face. Overall, I enjoyed the learning experience as a group member. For the most part, I did see that it was continually the same learner or the same classmates that we would respond to each other. So we kind of were able to help each other flow through the discussion. And then if it was there was other members that weren't participating, it wasn't as noticed, just because we kind of picked it up on our own and made sure that we got done what needed to get done. Never really a feeling of isolation among the group, and basically because a lot of the activities were very relevant to what I was learning and to what I was applying in the workforce. So it seemed like the people that were among my group were the ones that had the same type of employment, and so we would really kind of like seek each other out and read each other's posts and respond. So it was definitely a positive experience overall. During group involvement, it was very important that we did kind of set up expectations of the group and who was going to kind of take like a leading role and how we would split up the work. Going into that, of course, when you are a working adult, as many online learners are, it can be a little bit difficult and a little bit stressful as far as, wow, how am I going to make sure that I meet the needs of my group and still, maintain all my other responsibilities? So that was definitely kind of in the forethought of my mind when I would start a group project. But I think if we were all very open, and definitely the instructor role helped out a lot with that, if they set up the expectations of the group ahead of time and help the group kind of plan their time and plan the management of the project, then things tend to go a lot smoother. So that was definitely a key to having a really good group experience. I definitely think that collaboration took place among the group. It was really nice to kind of work together and bring different perspectives as a group. It would be nice to have that face-to-face meeting still, even if it was virtual via teleconference, just so that you could make that further connection with someone, or even to hear their voice on the phone is always nice, because sometimes you get that mindset of who that person is, and so it's really nice to have an opportunity to meet face-to-face. So that is always something that I think is an added step in making a community really work. But as far as just the online community, I did feel supported and involved, and it was a really good learning experience overall.